And with that said, I invite you to come onto your back. And as you come onto your back, an invitation to let the world sort of ease away a little bit right now so that it is all about this entity called you. You get to delight in your presence for the next hour. And just notice as you rest on your back, is there anything that's calling out to you a little bit louder than other places, areas of your body that wants to make sure that you remember and tend to it with kindness as we practice today. In yoga, the old artist of if there is pain, there is no gain, is what we hold to, not the other Nike mantra, no gain without pain. I invite you to bend out your knees and place your hands on your lower abdomen. This chakra, the sacral chakra, is our id if you take the Freudian approach. It is our wants, our desires, our sensations, our feelings, grasping. It's look at it a little bit more like a little bit like a 2-year-old. I want, because if I have this, I will be happy. And it's worthwhile to investigate. What are these, if only fill in the blank? I had this, I would be happy. So the tendency of this chakra is the grasping, wanting element. And we all want the same thing, according to Iyengar, we want to be happy. So begin to invite the breath in, feeling the lower abdomen expand on the in-breath, and gently softening down towards the spine on the out-breath. So we begin to consciously engage the diaphragm, this main muscle of respiration, where the diaphragmatic breathing is always related to the first chakra. In the second chakra, we begin to cultivate more the complete breath, sometimes called the 3-part breathing. So where we actually invite in all parts of our respiratory system. So as you breathe in and out and you feel the abdomen gently expand and release, can you sense this movement down into the pelvis, into the low back? A sense of expansion, inviting, embracing, and then letting it vein on the out-breath, not holding on, not grasping, but be suspended in this rhythm of ease. And then move one hand to your lower ribs. And as you breathe in, can you, in addition to the belly, can you feel an expansion outward? The rib cage expanding out and also into the back. So you might feel a little bit more sensation on the floor. The expansion of the rib cage invites in the intercostals, the muscles between the rib cage, facilitating a yet deeper, more expansive breath. But we still want to move the diaphragm. So you may explore and experiment with first expanding through the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, and then let the ribs, the latter half or third of the in-breath begin to expand. I find I can observe it a little bit better. How we breathe directly affects both physically but also emotionally every system in our body. So with this awareness, and move your rib hand up to the upper chest, right below the collarbones. And this will be the third addition. So the belly expands on the in-breath. Pretend you have a hand on the rib, still expanding. And then last, an expansion of the upper chest. That allows the top part of the lungs to stretch outward. For this, we're actually using our neck muscles, so sometimes called secondary muscles of breathing, where the diaphragm and the intercostals are the primary breathing muscles. With the awareness of these three areas, can you begin to let it feel like a wave as you inhale, belly, ribs, and then last, the upper chest. And then let the breath leave in the opposite manner, meaning upper chest, ribs, and then lower abdomen. So just a gentle wave rolling in, filling you up. Rolling out again, emptying you, preparing you for your next breath. So in this three-part breathing, it's a great practice on its own to check in, reconnect, facilitating ease in body and mind. Now you can relax your arms wherever it is comfortable. And we'll begin to invite in a little bit more movement. And keeping the breath gentle and easy. On the in-breath, let's draw the right knee to the chest without hands. Just gently pulling it in. Release the foot back down onto the mat and then slide it long. Let the feet touch the mat. Once long, press out through the heel and then relax the foot completely. Taking a belly breath in to your right hip, as if you can help it relax a little bit more. And then gently as you inhale, we'll draw the knee up again. Release the foot down to the floor and let it slide out. We're working with the psoas muscle, that mighty muscle that connects spine to legs. Deep belly breath. And we'll repeat that one more time. Make it as easy as you can. Knee draws in, muscle contracts, and releasing the foot down, sliding it out. Pressing out through the heel, letting go. Letting go, the opposite of grasping. A lot of low back pain, as the psoas written all over it. Slide the left leg out. Just pause for a moment. Breathing into the low abdomen. And just notice, does it feel different? One side versus the other. Sensations. Sensate. Let's bend up the right leg. We'll slide the left heel up. Draw the knee in. and releasing it out long. Slide. Press out through the heel and surrender. Belly breath. Repeating again. The other name of the psoas, sometimes called hip flexors. It has a little buddy, the quads. And sitting, long sitting, really tighten up this really profoundly emotional piece of equipment. We'll do it one more time. Letting go. Let's bend up the knee, the left knee again. We'll draw the shoulders up towards the ears and then gently pull them down towards the hip. Do that a few times. Pull the shoulders up. Release them down towards the ears. Do that one more time. Squeeze the traps, both directions. We'll let that go. With the arms down alongside the hips. As you inhale, let's take the right arm overhead and then look to the left. Exhaling back down. Other side. Inhale, left arm overhead. Look to the right. So beginning just with gentle mobilization. Warming up joints, tissue. Moving from side to side in an easy way. After the next time you take the left arm overhead, take the head back to center, take the right arm overhead and stretch out. Pressing out through the heel, the hands. And do little side to side wiggles. Helping the side body opening up. And we'll press out through both heels, both hands. And we're going to just say hello to Baxter because he is really good for the hips. Take a breath in and exhale. Let's hug the right knee to the chest. Lift the chin to the chest. And inhale, take the right knee to the right side. Left arm goes left side. And we'll give the right knee to the left hand. Take the right arm out to the side and we'll twist to the left. Back to center. Clasp behind the thigh. Press out through the heel. And we'll bookend the whole bit. Knee to chest and inhale, full body stretch. Left side, exhale, hug the left knee to the chest and take the leg to the side. Give it to the right hand and twist. Maybe looking at your left hand. We return to center, clasp the hands behind the thigh, press up through the heel and exhale, hug the knee back in and let's stretch out. Do it one more time on each side. Hugging in. Right knee to the side. Cross. Back to center. Pressing up through the heel for that little hamstring event. Hug the knee in, chin to chest. Full body stretch. One more time. Hugging in. Make this as easy as you can. Let go of strain. Let go of grasping. The element of the pelvis is water, so fluidity, grace of movement. Let that manifest as you move. Full body stretch. Again, extending. And then let's take the arms down and pause. What changed from when you lay down almost 20 minutes ago? We'll bend up the knees. Roll over onto one side. And then let's move the blanket off the mat. Oh, it's time to get serious now. Let's have your blocks nearby. Again, no blocks, no problem. And we'll plant the hands under the shoulders, knees under hips. And we'll stretch the hips back towards the heels, puppy pose. And inhale, coming up into a very easy high cobra, back and forth. So a little bit more hip mobilization, a little bit more shoulder. Make it easy. What's talking in your body today? And then next time you go back, let's draw into downward facing dog. We'll take our dog for a little walk. Pedaling the feet a little bit so we get the calves released. And let's lift up on the tiptoes, lifting up on the tiptoes. Bend the knees and then tilt the pelvis towards the sky. Draw the heels back and down. Keep the knees lifting up towards the hips. Let the head hang completely suspended. Give it a little nod and a shake. Easy peasy. This is the pose. If you find yourself getting really angry, drop into this one and let all that anger drain right out. And then act. Inhale, let's look up and walk or step. The feet towards the hands, hands to the feet. Let's bend the knees. Flat back. And then inhale, spike the heels down as you press all the way up. Tall mountain, reaching up. Get as tall as you can. Maintain that height, that lift as you take the arms down. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Ground it. So the legs are firm. But let there be ease and lift upward as if you had a balloon attached to the crown of the head, just drawing you up. The two qualities that we bring into every pose, the groundedness and then the ease and expansion. Let's turn on our mat. So this is a sequence I got to practice this weekend with T.S. Little, one of my teachers. He's in Santa Fe. He's also the dude that introduced me to somatic movement years ago. And I've done a few little alterations, but overall, it's pretty much the same thing. We're going to step the feet wide. We'll turn the heels in. Let's take the arms up. Superstar pose. And as you exhale, pull the elbows down, goddess. And then stretch up again. And let's do that again. Pulling down into goddess and come back up again. One more time, pulling down. Let's stay this here for a bit. So knees pointing out over the toes. Tailbone drawing down so that not overarching in the low back. And breathe. In and breathe. So tailbone heavy, but heart lifted. And inhale, pressing all the way up. Let's take the hands down and then kick the heels out. So feet are parallel and wide. Prasarada, Padottanasana. Prasarada meaning wide. And Pada means feet. Let's bend the knees a little bit. Stay heavy in the heels. Inhale, lift the heart. Pull the elbows together. So squeezing the rhomboids together. And then exhale. Hinge forward. So the tush lifts as the heart draws down. Take your hands to the floor or the block. So the back here is flat back. Feet are parallel, so just take a little look-see at your feet. And the knees can stay bent. Knees can actually stay bent. That will help with if the hamstrings are a little tighter to keep the spine long. Walking the hands forward for this wide-legged downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward. Pull the sits bones back to tractioning the spine. And then ground the outer heels. Pull the kneecaps up so the legs are firm. Firm, but not grippy. That's a fine line. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep the actions of the legs, the four corners of the feet, big toe mount, little toe mount, inner and outer heel. Muscles wrapping around legs. And then let's walk the hands to the right side. Kyle mirror, walk the hands to the right. Now bend your left knee and then spike the heel down. Can we get a little bit more length into the whole side? We'll do that again. Bend the left knee and then slowly straightening it. Draw the left hip a little bit further back. So the whole side seam is invited to elongate. Take a deep breath into the left side of your chest. And let's walk back to the middle and pause. Breathing in and out. And we'll walk the hands to the left side. Hands can stay parallel. If you like, you can clasp the left ankle with the left hand. Again, breathing in and out. We're going to bend the right knee. And as you exhale, straightening the right leg to help lengthen. And again, move at a pace that's comfortable for you, bending the knee. And slowly straighten it. Breathing in and out. Let's do that one more time. So bending the opposite knee of the side you're going to. And then we'll stay. Now breathe into your right side waist. Breathing into the right side waist. Facilitating space for the lungs. And then we'll meander back towards center. Walk the hands back under the shoulders. Reset the legs. You can wiggle around a little bit. We're asking a lot of the legs in this pose. And then from here, lift the heart. Lift the sits bones. So choices either to walk the hands forward again or walk the hands back in line with the feet and let the head drop down. When the head drops down, draw the shoulder blades towards one another. And again, the knees can bend. Spine is king in the asana practice. And from here, let's inhale, walking the hands back under the shoulders. And then we will toe heel in a few times. So we can bring the hands to the hips and press all the way up. And then we'll take the feet all the way back into mountain pose. Boom. Pause. So that opened the midline. I know, it's getting warmer in here. Just playing with two of the musketeers today. Side angle pose first. Let's take the hands to the hips, not the waist, but the hips. And we'll step the feet wide apart. Let's turn the left foot in 10 to 15 degrees, right leg out 90 degrees. Heel lining up with heel. And then bend right leg and straighten it several times. And as you bend and straightening it, first we're just friending the knee joint. Notice, does it travel past the ankle, then lengthen your stance. And we are ready to take up residence in this pose. Let's take the right arm to the sky, reach it up. We're still working on all this business. And then extend way out over. Right leg, take the forearm to the inner thigh or knee, maybe to the floor, can be on a block. I really like the forearm. And we'll sweep the left arm overhead. So now with the forearm against the inner thigh, press the forearm into the inner knee or thigh, knee into the forearm, creating a bind. And then extend the other arm over. We'll take the left arm down and wrap it behind, maybe catch the thigh or cloth to facilitate the opening of the chest so that the shoulder moves back. Oh yeah, the legs are working. It's good, isn't it? Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. And then press into your right foot and come all the way up. Pause. So these foundational standing poses, mountain pose, warrior, 1, 2, side angle, triangle, are really what provides the freedom, because there's a structure, but it provides freedom for spine and hip mobility. Take the arms out to the side. We'll do it to the other side. So turn your right foot in, left foot out, and go back and forth a couple of times. Like we're just toying a little bit with warrior 2. Now let's take the right hand to the hip. So again, the right foot the heel is kicked back a little bit. We'll turn the palm up. We'll reach the left arm up. And take it all the way out. Forearm again. With the palm facing up, I can keep my shoulder joint open. And it provides me with a little bit of leverage for that twist. Let's take the right arm overhead and extend here too. And breathe. Feet grounding. Breath full and easy. I'll take the top arm down. Slide it behind, catching cloth, maybe the top of the thigh. And a little bit more rotation, opening up the heart to the sky. Steady effort and ease. Steady effort. And press into your left foot and come all the way up. We'll toe, or heel toe. I'm saying the opposite of what I'm doing, but we'll travel all the way back in again. And stand. Breathing in and out. How are you feeling? Now grab your strap. And if you don't have a strap, no worries. And make a loop, about a leg length. The triangle pose is our next friend. We'll take the hands to the hips. Again, we'll step the feet wide apart. Wide, a leg length. It's generally a good guide. Again, feet are parallel. It's like a wide stance, mountain pose. Slide the strap under your right heel. Sliding the strap under the right heel. And so adjusting, so the arm can now hold on to the heel if you will. We'll turn the left foot out. We'll take the left arm up. And then extend out over the left leg. Let the hand come down to wherever it lands on the leg. So now with the strap, I can pull and push. I'm pushing, grounding my right heel. And with the strap, I can get a little bit more of the opening. Right shoulder blade moving onto the spine. Crown of the head and tailbone, one long line. Legs working, grounding, hugging in. There's firmness, determination, stability. This is why these poses are so good to prevent bone loss and muscle loss. And then soften your left knee and we'll come up to center. Flip the strap to the other side. Again, I'm going to have to do a little strap adjustment. So the strap catches from behind under the heel. Turn your right leg out. And again, heel lining up with heel. Pull the kneecaps up. I'll take the right arm up. And again, hinge to the side, hinging from the hip so that the spine is unobstructed. Breathing in and out. Heel spiking down, but ease of spine. Left shoulder blade hugging towards the spine. And inhale, press into the right foot and back up again. We'll switch the strap back to the first side. So now we're coming into a balance pose. So let me just show half moon, which is triangle pose. A triangle pose, but we're just flipping it over to the side. We're going to execute it by first, again, triangle, bend the knee. And I'm going to reach for the ground, and if you have a block, that's really helpful for me. I'm going to hop the back foot forward, block about a foot forward. Now, same, push with the heel, pull with the hand to facilitate the opening of my shoulders. All right, let's see what happens. And again, without a strap, perfectly fine. So we'll stand with the feet wide. We'll bring the strap under, right heel. And we'll take the left arm up and come back out in over the leg for triangle pose. And then bend the knee and we travel forward with or without block. Pulling the leg up with the hand. Press into the heel. Pull with the hand, so holding behind, not in front, behind. Jennifer, your strap might be too long, so the elbow is straight. Breathing, breathing, effort and ease. Let's land this one back in triangle pose. Woo! And we travel back up. Let's put the strap on the other side, move the block if we're using that. And again, a wall can be a great tool here. If balance is a little chatty today, balance is an interesting friend. Sometimes it's that, sometimes not so much. Let's take the right arm up. And again, triangle pose. So the legs are firm. That doesn't change, even as we lift up. Let's bend the right leg. Hop, 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 move block, coming forward. For lift off. Pull with the hand, push with the heel. Pull, push, pull, push. Breathing. Holding, breathing, enjoying, and landing it back in. Triangle pose. And here, let go of the strap. We're going to just step right back to downward facing dog. But a wide dog this time. Make it a wide dog. Bending the knees, relift the hips, and then draw the heels back. Keep the hips high, keep the hips high. And then bend the elbows a wee bit. We're going to reignite the arms. Re-straighten the elbows. Breathing. One more breath. And let's take the knees down and bring the legs out in front for Dandasana. So I invite you to sit up on a blanket because that helps tilt the pelvis forward just a wee bit. The interesting reality is that things just get tighter as we blow out more birthday candles. And especially if we came out of the box super flexible, hyperflexibility or hypermobility, we tend to get even more tight. Sort that one out, they said. With Dandasana, let's bring the palms, I'm on my fingertips, behind the hips. Reach out through the legs and then lift the heart. Ground the hips, lift the heart. Ground the hips, lift the heart. Maintain that lift. We're going to take the right knee in and then place the foot down. Place the foot on the inner thigh and take the knee out to the side. So we're preparing for Janu Sirsasana, head of the knee pose. If the knee doesn't come down to the floor, support it with a block or a blanket so that it's not tippy. And we're going to turn and look towards the right knee. Hands on either side. Reach out through the left heel. And then press the hands down. Lift the spine again. Lift the spine again. So we're in the twist. Left leg is firm. Left sits bone is firm. And we're going to meander the hands back so that we're right between our legs. Let's lift here and elongate. Walk the hands forward. So a different variation from our first pose, our first standing pose, Prasarita Padottanasana. We were widening. So using the hands, pressing down but pulling towards you, that create an isometric event where we might be able to get a little bit more lift across the collarbones, moving the spine into the back body. And then walk the hands back towards your body and then turn over the left leg. Hands on either side. Again, let's inhale, lift. And we'll walk the hands out. The inhalation elongates, the out breath deepens. And again, using the hands isometrically, pull the hands towards your body, allowing maybe a little bit more fascial release around the hip, especially the right hip. With each out breath, may softening a little bit. And you may find that the foot can be clasped, or keep the spine long, lift it, so that we're leading with the heart. Leading with the heart. Breathing in and out. One more breath. And then let's take the hands back to the mat if they're on the floor. Use the hands to help pushing up as you press down through the legs. So we're not using the spinal muscles. We'll take the right leg up. And take the left in instead. Take the left knee down. We're going to turn, so I'm not turning away from you. So right leg, even though that it seems like we're not paying any attention to it, is very much on the job, long and strong. And we're going to take the hands down. We're going to lift again, lifting up. Both sits bones are down. Sits bones becomes heels when we sit down. And then turn over your left leg. The in breath lifts the spine, and the out breath muscularly facilitates the twist. Lift, lift, lift. Twist. We're using muscles more than hands. So a lot of body parts at work here. And then on the next out breath, come back halfway. Spine between the orientation of your legs. And then lengthening up, and we're going to move forward. Create the hands forward, but let your pelvis move back. So it's an anterior tilt, tilting inward. So in between the legs, so we're walking between the legs, not out over the left leg, in between. And again, pressing the hands down and pulling them towards you. Does that invite for a little bit more something around the hips? That would be the technical term. Right leg, firm, 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 firm. We'll walk the hands back. And then twist to turn out over, facing over the right leg. Let's inhale, lift again, ground the sits bones. And as you begin the journey forward, and it's a journey, not a destination, notice how your pelvis has to tilt forward to allow your spine to move forward. If the pelvis is not tilting, how are you making this journey? Is it by rounding the back? Spine is long. So this is called head of the knee pose. I think it should be called belly to thigh pose. Press the right leg down because we are working with the hamstring here. When the belly is on the thigh, then we can take the chin to the shin to the chin. Breathing in and out. And we'll walk the hands back. Let's take the legs back out to Dandasana, seated staff pose. Recenter, hands back, legs down and long. So here in Dandasana, this variation, draw the shoulder blades together. And then lift the heart, lift the heart. Then maintain this lift. Now we'll take the legs wide, Upavista. So Upavista means wide. And take your hands right to the hip creases, right to the hip creases. So I have a friend here, I call it the grabber. This is the tensor fasciae latae muscle. So when that grabs, I have to back out, bend the knee, and go back in again. So you may have a grabber too. Right? Just greet it. Don't force or plow through the grabber. Inhale, let's lengthen up, pressing down through with the hands onto the thighs. And then coming forward, toes keeps pointing straight up, legs are firm. And then maybe take the hands to the mat. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Coming forward. Lift and forward. Press the legs down, press the legs down. Toes pointing straight up, sneaky. And there are some, I don't know, stories about this. If you're not planting your forehead flat on the mat, you're not doing this pose. Well, I beg to differ. That would require some degree of hip dysplasia. Not desirable. So keep hugging the thigh bone into the socket as you drop forward, creating both stability and flexibility. And we're going to walk the hands back. Take your hands behind the knees, bring them up. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Pressing big toe mount to toe mount. And we'll take the hands behind again. Lifting the heart, press big toe mount and heel. Pinky toe mount, but it's going to be a little bit more subtle. Pressing, and then let the knees release down. So there is an action and a reaction, not a force. Newton's law, or karma. Karma simply means action. Karma yoga is the yoga of action. And we'll bring the knees back together. And then reach down and catch your outer feet. And we'll rock back. So we are in a blanket, so this gets a little bit more interesting. I'm just holding on to my feet. And then I'll say, okay, let's see what happens if I take the left leg out. I said, all right. And we'll do the right. And we'll bend that too. Well, we can play. Play is the key word. Maybe taking both legs out. It's a big maybe. Did I mention balance some days are a little sticky? So we can use the strap here too to take it around the feet. But straps are just arm extenders. Breathing in and out. So certain poses just have no dignity. This could be said to have one of them. So just embrace the craziness of the pose. And we'll take the feet down. Plant the feet. Now, invite you to again take your strap. So this is for bow pose. And without a strap, you're going to hold on to your legs with your hands. That will work too. Right, and with a strap, we can make bow pose restorative. So I'm going to strap my feet. I'm going to take my hands down and then straightening my legs. So strap is right around, under my armpits, right under the armpits. So pressing out through the feet. Navasana, boat, literally, your vessel. It can be really challenging for the low back as it is all hip flexor. And if they are a little tight and unruly, then they're going to pull. So either strap or hands. And then finding that balance point, you may find that you can let your hands come to rest in your lap. Stillness. But they can also stay down as oars, filling your vessel with love and kindness, ease, patience, forgiveness, and compassion. Breathing in and out. We'll take the hands back if they're in your lap. Release the legs from this contraction. And we are ready to come onto our back. Boom. So as we begin to settle in for Shavasana, you may like a blanket rolled up under your thighs or knees. You may want to place a blanket under your head. And take a moment. Allow your Shavasana position, your Shavasana asana posture to be truly comfortable. Tending to yourself as that rare and precious jewel that you are. Tending to your inner child. The love, tenderness, and compassion. The seer and the seen, the notions from the Yoga Sutras. The seer, always present. The seen, forever changing. Manifests, matures, and dies. Holding all of this with the heart of the yogi. One who does not hold hatred, is friendly and compassionate, is neither possessive nor selfish, and is equal in pleasure or pain, and is patient. That is the qualities, or those are the qualities of a sattvic mind, the guna of balance and ease. As you return to a gentle and easy breath, there is nothing to do, nothing to be. What are you holding on to? What are you afraid of letting go of? Nothing belongs to us. So holding on is an illusion. That is the main theme of the Bhagavad Gita. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. Sensing in your vessel of action. Bending out the knees, maybe rock the knees gently from side to side. Mentally roll over onto one side, traditionally the right. Pausing, sensing. And then using your arms and hands to press up into a comfortable seated posture. Bring our palms together. Anjali Mudra, Anjali Heart. Signifying that we are speaking the truth of our heart. We'll close with Om Shanti, 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 Om. The mantra that prays for peace in our world, in our lives, and in our heart space. Let's take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Thank you. Namaste.